Hello, and welcome to this crochet stitch along on how to make this headband. In this headband, you will find the joy of a 1-row repeat. Yes, I did say that. 1-row repeat. Very simple, great for the beginner, and you get to see me as well as yourself wearing this headband when it's done. It will look awesome in variegated yarns. So come with me and let's go ahead and make this headband together. Let's get started. For this crochet stitch along tutorial, we're going to be using an I9 5.5 millimeter hook, and here I have some green yarn, just some scrap left over from a previous project. I've pulled some yarn off of my ring here. We're going to start off with a small tail. Let's place a slip knot on our hook. Now the multiples in this particular pattern can be anything of an even number. So if you want 10, 12, 14, 16, you can do that. So here I'm going to make a chain of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. At the end, we're going to chain 1 to go up, but when we come back, we're going to skip 2 chains, and in the third one, we're going to place 2 half double crochets. So here's 1. Okay, now to make a half double crochet, if you're new, we have a loop on our hook, yarn over. We're going to go in through that same chain. We're going to pull the hook back with yarn on it. We're going to go over the hook again and through all 3 on the hook. Then we're going to skip the next stitch, and in the next stitch 2 half double crochets. You might like this particular pattern. It is a 1-row repeat. I'm planning on making a headband out of mine. So we completed 2 in that same chain. We're going to skip the next one, and in the next one another 2 half double crochets. Skip the next one, 2 half double crochets. We have 2 chains left, so we have our skip one, and we're going to place 2 half double crochets in here. And there's 1 and 2. And here's what we have so far. So let's go on to row 2. We're going to chain 2. Now in this very first one, we're going to skip. You see how that's still attached to our half double crochets? So our next one looks like we've added a chain when we didn't. But we're going to go into the skip spot here and place 2 half double crochets. Now we're going to go over the top 2 of the V-stitch and that bottom one right here. So we're going to go under all of that. There's 1 and there's 2. Let me pull some more yarn out. Okay, we're going to skip over the next stitch, and in that opening right here we're going to do 2 half double crochets. Okay, so we're going to skip the next stitch, and in the next one 2 half double crochets. Skip our next one, and in the next one 2 half double crochets. Our next one will be at the end of the row. Okay, so we're going to skip this one, and we're going to skip this one. We're going to actually pick up the top of the chain 2. And that'll help make it so that it's nice and straight. So here's 1, and here's 2. Chain 2. Can you kind of see our little pattern here? It kind of looks like the moss stitch, but it's not. So we're going to skip the chain 2. We're going to skip that first stitch, and we're going to repeat what we just did on row 2. Oh, we're going to go under the chain, under this. See our little opening right here? 1, 2. Skip the next stitch, 2 half double crochets, skip the next stitch, 2 half double crochets, and no chains. Isn't this fun? I'm loving it. Skip the next. Here's 2, 1, 2. Skip the next, and then the last one, 2 half double crochets. There we go. So I'm going to encourage you to continue on and make this headband the size that will fit around your head or even a child's head, so that they can have something to help keep their ears warm this winter, or as a decorative headband any time of year. If you use double yarn, it'll be wide, a little thicker, and you can also make it as wide as you want. This would be a perfect baby blanket idea as well. So here you'll see that I've created my band long enough to fit around my head. So if I take this and fold it this way, we can take and make slip stitches across to finish it. So to do that, we want to insert our hook into the last stitch and pull a loop through. That would be for the first one. For the second one, we go through one and go through the next one, pull a loop through, and then the loop that's on your hook. We continue this all the way across until we get to the end. You know, if you make this with variegated, it would be a beautiful, colorful band. And if you notice, when we put this together, it really didn't take that long. I sat and watched some YouTube videos as I was making mine. Okay, so here we are at the end, and of course I've ended on the same side as my tail from my chain stitch. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take my tapestry needle that I usually have, and I'm going to weave it in. Remember to stretch it just a little so that it will ease back in. So sometimes stitch-alongs can be not as you would expect. Isn't that a nice thing? Okay, so let's go ahead and cut this. And enjoy your new headband. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you being with me at this time. Come on back and we'll see what else I can come up with so that it will inspire you to have something made of crochet to give for yourself or to give as a gift. So until next time, bye-bye.